guys, so this video is going to be me talking about Venus, the birth of Venus, the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and just a couple things that I've been thinking about for the past few days in terms of numerology and its relation to the divine masculine, the divine feminine, and the rise of it. So I don't really know exactly where to start, but I guess I'll start with the numbers part. So the number 6. The number 6, they say, is representative of the Divine Mother. And I was thinking today of, isn't it kind of crazy how the number 6 is always so demonized? Like, people already have this negative. Once you say 666, or if you have it written down somewhere, or someone sees 666, they already think it's the devil. It's the number of the beast, right? But 6 is representative of the Divine Mother. Why is that? Well, because if you look at the number 6, if you think about the symbology of numbers, 6 looks like a pregnant woman. And this isn't coming from me. This is coming from another source, and various other people have said the same thing, other people that study numerology. 6 is like the pregnant woman. It is the mother. It is the Divine Mother, the creatrix, they call it, the creator, the woman form. That is the womb where everything comes from, right? And I'm sorry if I'm looking that way. That's just where I can see myself. The camera's right there. I'm gonna try looking through there. So the 6, the Divine Mother, right? And everyone has such a negative connotation to the number 6. And I was also thinking how even in school, like, you know how the grades are A, B, C, D, F? If you look at the numbers, and the numbers, if you turn them into, if you look at the letters and you turn them into numbers, F is the number 6. Why is it that we skip E? Like, I don't get it. Why isn't it A, B, C, D, E? And E be the lowest grade? Why is it F? That doesn't make any sense. And then F is represented by the number 6. Why? Because it's constantly, even in the school system, F is the lowest grade that you can get. And it's represented by the number 6, the number of the mother, the Divine Mother, the creator. 666, once again, the number of the beast. Why is that? Why is it throughout history? And it's just kind of like subconsciously being thrown into us, like indoctrinated, that the Divine Mother is horrible, is a demon, is not something that you want to have. You know, when you get an F on your report card, that is like the lowest of the low. You're not gonna pass. Like, you were seen as dumb, stupid. You don't know what you're doing. It's the worst grade that you can possibly get, right? So why would anyone want that? When you get an A on your report card, that's what everyone wants. A is represented by the number 1. Number 1 is a masculine number. Of course, B is represented by the number 2. 2 is a feminine number, but 6 is like the ultimate. That is the divine creator. That is the divine feminine. That is the mother energy. And that is the lowest of the low. What? So, another thing I was also thinking about, I guess let's bring it into the whole feminist movement, right? Because lately there's been this whole like feminist movement. A lot of people are starting to wake up and realize, like, okay, the most recent feminist movement has been a joke and it's been trash. This light is horrible. I'm so sorry. I really hope it's not distracting, and I really hope maybe this is better. But I know a lot of people have been starting to realize that, like, the recent feminist movement has been trash because all it's been doing is trying to bring up the feminine by making them masculine. Basically being like, in order for women to be respected by men, we need to play in their field. We need to play in the man's game. We need to beat them at their own game. That's not what we need to be doing. We need to be playing our game, what we know best. We need to be winning at the feminine game. And no one knows what that is. And that's the problem. And that is why we're encountering this issue with like toxic masculinity, and men are trash, and so many men being emasculated, that's the word, and feeling like they just aren't worthy. Like there's this, obviously there's a problem with the masculine. There's an issue. I don't, that sounds bad saying it out loud, but there's an issue going on with masculine energy. We can say that there's an issue going on with the masculine energy because they are not in tune with their feminine energy. Why? Because the feminine is trying to match up to the masculine, when the feminine should be rising up to the feminine. In order for the feminine, so the divine feminine, to rise, the feminine aspect we need to win in our own field. We need to do what it is that we know best. It isn't trying to be, constantly working, constantly trying to like support a family, pay the bills. Like, we're trying to be a man and a woman in the relationship. No, that's not how we win. That's not how we do it. And I know it looks like I'm getting like super heated, but it's like, this is the problem. This is the issue here. The most recent feminist movement was trash because so many women are trying to be men, and that's not what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be women. We're supposed to be embracing our feminine nature, our nurturing nature, our loving nature, caring, compassion. And I know I want to clear this up just in case like some people are starting to get it twisted. I'm not talking about gender. I'm not talking about who you identify with, like what gender you identify with. Every single person on this planet has both feminine and masculine energy. I'm talking about the energy within you, the duality of the masculine and the feminine within you. It doesn't matter if you identify more with one and the other. Some people do have more of a masculine, some women, or if you identify as a female, have more masculine energy, right? And they may exude more of that masculine energy than another female or another person that identifies as a female. I'm sorry, I'm trying to be like politically correct. Excuse me if I've triggered that's not what I mean to do. But I'm talking about the energy. And right now, nobody, well, I don't want to say nobody, but the issue is a lot of people, the majority of people, have suppressed, completely outcasted. Their shadow is the feminine. Right now, the feminine is living in the shadows. Oh, isn't this kind of fucking weird how I'm here I am talking about the feminine is living in the shadows, and I'm basically in this dark ass room with all these living in the shadows, basically. The feminine is living in the shadow. The feminine is the shadow aspect of most of us right now. It is the aspect that none of us want to face. It is the aspect that none of us want to bring to light. But it is what we need the most right now. And so many things started coming to me earlier today. I was like, oh my God, this all starts making sense. So, the only way for the masculine energy to rise up and to be there to support us, because if you think about it, I mean, I'm going to be doing my hands. This is a 6, right? I don't know if it's going to be backwards when you guys see it. And then this is a 7. 7 is represented by the masculine. 7 is like a 1, right? It just has a little hat on top. For more stability, they say it is also, it's on the top because it's more of a connection to the divine. The 1 is just up and down, right? But the 7 is just like, okay, we are connected up and down, but also this way. Why? To support, what am I doing? To support the 6. The 6, the 7 supports the 6, because if not, then the 6 would just be like wobbling around back and forth. The 6 the mother, she can do whatever she wants, of course. But to stabilize her, because the 6 energy, divine mother, divine feminine energy is chaotic energy. Feminine energy is chaos. Divine masculine is structure. And in order for it to not get too chaotic, here comes the divine masculine to stabilize the divine feminine. But we cannot have someone to stabilize us until the 6 has been formed. This looks really stupid, but just, it's a 6. The masculine cannot rise until the feminine has risen. And I'm trying to think how... There was a thought that I had, and I'm trying to bring it back because I'm like, it made so much sense earlier today, but I had it while I was driving, so I'm like, I can't record while I'm driving, but I should have like done it in a voice note or something. But maybe it'll come to me. So the 7 is the divine masculine energy. The divine masculine can only rise once the divine feminine has risen. And that's not only within women, it is also within men. Men need to connect with their divine feminine aspect. And it's not until the divine feminine aspect rises that the divine masculine can also rise. So even though we seem to be in a very masculine society right now, in a very patriarchal society, and we have been for a very long time, it is a toxic type of masculinity. It is not divine. And that part won't come to be until the feminine rises. So we need to connect with that feminine side of ourselves. Now, don't ask me how to do that because I'm still learning and I'm still figuring that out for myself as well. That is an inner journey. That is a journey for everyone to discover on their own. But one thing I can tell you is that it's about bringing back the vulnerability. You know, a lot of people are scared of being vulnerable with others. A lot of people are scared of sharing their feelings and sharing their emotions. I am one of those people. I'm terrified. I get anxiety just thinking about sharing my feelings, being open, crying in front of other people. What? I never cry in front of other people. I never cry in front of other people. And that is something I need to work on because crying is not, it's not soft. It is not weakness. I always thought that crying was weakness. Always thought that I needed to be strong, right? Show no weakness, aka show no emotion. And I feel like a lot of people are like that. A lot of men are like that as well. Showing emotion is not showing weakness. Showing emotion is showing that you are in touch with yourself. That you are connected to yourself. Your emotions aren't bad and they aren't wrong. Your emotions are a guide to what your higher self feels. If something is crossing a boundary, if something doesn't feel right, if something is bothering you, that's when your emotions start flaring up. It's like an alarm system being like, hey, what that person just said was kind of messed you up, man. That triggered an emotion in you. Are you gonna say something? No, I don't care. I'm not gonna say nothing. Or maybe you'll say something out of emotion, but you might pop off, as they say. You might pop off, and that's also not exactly healthy. Of course, you need to learn how to transmute that and make it, bring it into the feminine nature. How can we say something, say how we feel, and have compassion for the other person that maybe made us feel this way? It is compassion on both sides. It's compassion for yourself and compassion for others. That is the divine feminine aspect. It is learning how to forgive yourself and how to forgive others. There's a lot to the divine feminine. Like I said, I'm still figuring it out. I'm not one to be dishing out advice because I'm not here to say that I'm fully connected to that side of me. But I'm trying. I'm getting there. I'm trying. So yeah, okay. It's coming to me again. I don't know why. Okay. It's like I was having a vision, but I wasn't. I mean, maybe I was. Anyway, so it came back to me what I was thinking today, because I don't know, in the past video, I was talking about Saturn, and how Saturn, I keep getting the number 8. I keep getting the number 8 this whole year. It just seems, even though it's a 3-year. Okay, sorry. It came back. The whole thought process just bloop. Okay. So the 8. The 8 comes after the 7, and well, the 6 and the 7 have come together. Then the 8. That is basically an intertwining of the two energies, and the two energies flowing with each other in perfect union, in perfect harmony, right? The perfect energy, the exchange, what goes up comes down, all that. And then we have the 9. The 9 is represented. If you look at the 9, it's an upside down 6. So I've heard it's basically like the divine. It's the daughter. It is like the daughter energy. It is the creation of the 6 and the 7 coming together, merging their energies, and creating a 9. This is the 9 is the perfect blend of the 6 and the 7. Now, how does this tie into everything that's happening this year and 2020 and all this stuff? Okay, here we go. All right, so this year is a 3-year. Why is it a 3-year? 2019, you add up the numbers, it's a 3, right? Right. Okay, so the 3. The 3 is represented by the Holy Trinity. It's basically when the 1 and the 2 come together, it creates the 3. When the masculine and the feminine, in their basic forms, think of Adam and Eve coming together, making a 3. Or you can think of like Mary and Joseph coming together, Jesus. Something like that. You know, it's two opposites coming together, making a 3rd. It's very similar to the 6 and the 7 coming together and making the 9, but this is like the lower level of it. Right now we are living in the lower level of that, right? We're living in the 3-year. Next comes the 4. 4 is about foundation. 4 is about stability, right? It is about creating a stable, secure home. However, I kept getting this message that it's falling. The foundation is not stable. The house is falling. It's crumbling down. Next year, 2020, will be the year that we realize we can't. This foundation is not stable. This foundation is outdated. It's not. We can't build on top of this anymore. It's going to be destroyed. It's going to start to crumble down. And I feel like that's what's going to be the whole like Saturn-Pluto conjunction with, I think there's something else happening there. Some crazy stuff's going to happen. Crazy stuff's going to happen right in the beginning of 2020, and also throughout 2020. It's just a bunch of crazy astrological events are going to be happening, and it's going to be this whole same theme of like everything's crumbling down. This foundation is not secure. We need to tear it down. We need to start new. We need to start fresh. This foundation isn't working for us. Next year, 2021, it's going to be a 5-year. 5 is all about change. It's like, okay, we've destroyed what happened. We destroyed the system. We're going to change it. We're going to make a new system. And that's the 5-year. That's 2021. 2022 is going to be a 6-year. Yes, sorry, I was like making sure I'm not skipping any numbers. So, 2022 is a 6-year. That's when the divine feminine rises. 2022. Or at least that's what I was picking up on today. 2022, that's the year the divine feminine rises. I haven't looked at the astrology all the way up until 2022, but that's just based on the numerology, based on what I was thinking. That's what it is. 2023, divine masculine rises. 2024, it's finally the intermingling, the energetic, merging of the two energies, getting ready to create this new utopia, this new type of people that finally are connected with all of it, that are finally embracing the duality of it, that they're incorporating both sides and intertwining them and making it as one. That's going to be 2024. 2024 is going to be the birth of this new world. The new world that, you know, finally embraces the divine feminine, finally embraces the divine masculine, and they work together harmoniously. You know, everyone who has shifted, like, that's, ooh, this all ties into the whole Saturn thing. Ooh, okay. That's why Saturn went retrograde, and that's why Saturn's going direct, and that's why you're making all these adjustments and you're learning all these lessons, because they're testing you. This is the time to see, are you going to break out of that karmic loop? Are you going to be one of those people who ascend with us all the way up in 2024? Are you going to be a part of that group of people? People keep talking about the 2020 reset. Yeah, 2020 is going to be a major year, and I know we've already had a couple of timeline switches. I just felt one, I swear to you. That's why I made the whole Saturn video about us going back in time, because I feel like it was like we jumped timelines. That's what it felt like. I just kept thinking, like, I feel like I'm in a whole different timeline. I feel like I'm in a whole different place, you know? The energy's different. Things are different, but it's still the same. It was weird. It is weird. It's weird. I'm weird. Oh my god. But yeah, are you gonna be one of the people that jumps timelines, you know, and ascends when we get to 2024? 2020 is gonna be the year when everything comes crumbling down, and it's gonna really test a lot of people. It's gonna really test a lot of people, and that's gonna be the year right before the major changes start coming in. It's like the 4-year 2020 is the demolition. The 5 is the cleanup. Okay, we're gonna be cleaning things up, to be setting things up for the Divine Mother to take her throne in 2021. 2021 just always had a nice ring to it. 2022, ooh. These next few years are going to be very exciting, and they're going to be very interesting. Yeah, that's everything. That's basically everything that I had to say about that. I don't want to make this video too long. It's already about to be 23 minutes long. But that's everything I had to say. And I'm so happy if it came out, and it came out, like, right. It didn't come out too, like, crazy, because I tried making this video before, and it's just, I can't record in the daylight. My words flow more freely at nighttime. And even though this is the only light source I have, I'm gonna make it work. And I really hope you guys can deal with it. I know I recorded this on my phone, so the quality is probably shit. I am so sorry. This is not like grade A YouTube quality, but the content, I would hope the content and the words are, you know, grade A. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoy any of the videos, I know honestly, like, let's be real. My past tarot, like, videos have been, like, to be honest, maybe I'm a really bad critic on myself, like, I'm a harsh critic. Crap. Shit. Like I said, daytime videos for me, they don't work. I mean, I might as well just start recording at night, to be honest. But yeah, that's all for me. Like I said, this video's getting too long. Hope you liked it. Leave a like. I don't want to sound like those people, but, like, leave a like. Subscribe if you want. I might make more videos, not promised, because I make it when I feel inspired and when I feel called to and when it's nighttime. Bye.